Yo, my people, them CFC, Realist Blue, back with another video, and this the match preview for the Chelsea versus Everton game in the Premier League tomorrow at Stamford Bridge. Kickoff is at 8 p.m., but join my watch along from 7:15, and we can discuss the team news, and you can get my reaction as the game goes on. Thank you for you guys' support. I hope you've had an enjoyable week. And please, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new Chelsea videos from me, and let me know your score predictions down below. If you get the right score prediction, I'll I'll give you a shout out in the match review. So please do that. And thank you for your support. Help me get 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible, and help me get as many views on this video as possible. So yeah, man. And before we get into the match preview, I have to big up Aston Villa today because they have beaten Arsenal, which means Arsenal are now behind Manchester City, and City now have the title in their hands. As long as they win the next 6 games, they are not going to be losing the Premier League. And I personally like that because we cannot be having Arsenal win the Premier League. Forget all of that. Forget it. Forget it. Big up City. I hope they do the job. And big up Aston Villa for getting the win today. Big them up. But enough of that to the side. Now it's full focus on Chelsea and Everton tomorrow. And we're going to go off the injury news to start off with. And in the injury news, Ben Chilwell is in partial team training. Axel Disasi is undergoing medical assessment, as well as Enzo Fernandez. Robert Sanchez is absent due to illness, just like Raheem Sterling. Levi Cole is continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program, just like Wesley Fofana, Reece James, Romeo Lavia, Christopher Nkunku, and Leslie Ugochukwu. We have a bag of injuries like we've had all season, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow. Enzo Fernandez, he could potentially be on the bench or he could just be rested. Because if you saw my video yesterday, I did state that it's not an injury like that. And he could potentially be in the squad to start against Manchester City next weekend in the FA Cup semi-final. So we will see what happens with the team news tomorrow. Who knows? You might see guys that are meant to be ill in the squad. Who knows? Gonna wait and see on that note. But in terms of like Everton and their injury news, I don't really know too much about their injury news. I'll be real to you, but it doesn't even matter because regardless of who their team is, we are expected to win because we are Chelsea and they are Everton. They are in a relegation battle or just a little bit above that. Nonetheless, they have nothing to really play for, while we have everything to play for in terms of getting European football. Right now, we are ninth in the Premier League, ninth. But with Manchester United losing this weekend, with West Ham United losing this weekend, we can get ground on them because we are now 4 points behind West Ham and Manchester United, not to mention Newcastle, with two games in hand against Newcastle, Man United, and 3 games against West Ham. If we win our game tomorrow, we go 1 point behind West Ham, and we go 3 points behind Newcastle and Manchester United. For us to finish in Europe, this is a critical part because we have to play Everton tomorrow, and then our next Premier League game is against Arsenal. Getting points is vital. Getting 0 points isn't good enough right now. And if we don't get 3 points against Arsenal but get one, I confirm that just because of their level right now. But against Everton, we have to take all three. We have to take all three. Against these bottom side teams, we have to take these points because we can do well against the big teams like we've shown all season. But we need to show it against the little teams. We have to do it. And we've already lost to Everton this season, and that was a poor game as well at Goodison Park. But now we're at the bridge where we haven't even lost for the last like 9 games in all competitions. We haven't lost at the bridge since the start of 2024. So for me, we really need wait, that's a cap. We lost to Wolves in 2024, so that's a lie. Other than Wolves, we haven't lost really at Stamford Bridge. Or I'm mistaken. My bad for that. But nonetheless, though, I be real. We should be beating Everton at home. We should. Even with Enzo out, even with all these injuries, we can still do it because we have other replacements and our quality is much higher than Everton. We just need to make sure that the players show it on the day. Because when it comes to the day, anyone can turn up, and we need our players to turn up. We're in the final stretch of the season. We have 8 games to go, and we need to get wins. We have to, because if we want to get European football, we need to win these games, and we have to go on a run, which means not lose, keep not losing, win games and draw at the bare minimum against the big teams right now. We still got to play Arsenal, and we still got to play Tottenham. So realistically, there's still tough games out there, but they're not gonna. But none of those games are Everton right now. So for me, I really hope that we can do the job tomorrow, and we should definitely do that, regardless of how many injuries that we have. And now I'm gonna move on to some match facts / stats for this game, and how it's gonna go is Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 28 Premier League home games against Everton, winning 15 and drawing 13, since a 1-0 loss in November 1994. It's their longest unbeaten home run against a side in their top flight history. Imagine that. That's how good we are against Everton. We don't lose, and we haven't lost since 1994. They were doing this before man was born. They were doing this before man was born. And tomorrow, we have to continue that and preferably getting a W, because drawing against these bottom side teams feels like an L right now because of where we want to go. And getting 1 point ain't good enough right now, especially when we have games in hand and we can make the gap so much smaller before we get to the same amount of games as the other teams. Like, the race for Europe right now is hot. It's hot, and we need to get these W's, because we as Chelsea, if we take another season out of Europe, that's another financial hit it could eventually take us. And we don't want to be talking about having to sell our best talents. We don't want to be doing that. So the man then better do that. Better do that. Do not allow the streak to be broken. And you, Pochettino. And following their 2-0 win at Goodison Park in December, Everton are looking to complete their first league double over Chelsea since 1978-79. You see it? Bare history facts that are coming out in terms of when was the last time these lot had done this against Chelsea, whether it's winning at Stamford Bridge, whether it's doing a double in the Premier League. They ain't done this for decades, and we better not let that change tomorrow. Big man thing. On God, we better not let that change tomorrow. Everton are winless in their last 20 away games against Chelsea. Only at Leeds 35 have had a longer run without a win on the road in their top flight history. So, yeah, man. And Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 7 Premier League games. So, yeah, last having a longer run without defeat between October and December 2021. So, whew, whew, we are on a good run at home and just in general in the Premier League right now. Unbeaten in our last 7. Like, we need to keep this going, but we have to add another W. All of these things, all of these points don't matter if we don't get European football. These points have to matter because we are going to get European football. We have to. Whether it's the Conference League or the Europa League, we have to do it because these players need it. We need more games to allow players to get more game time, to get more experience so that we can become a better team. That's what we need to do. And these men need to do their thing tomorrow. So I'll be real. Do not allow Everton to beat us. Do not draw. Make sure that the man them turn up Pochettino, and please, Cole Palmer, please turn up, bro, because we need you forever and always. Forever and always. And now, since man's gone through the injuries and facts, man's going to go through my preferred XI for this game. And my preferred XI for Everton versus Chelsea in the Premier League tomorrow starts like this. Dordi Petrovic in goal. He hasn't been looking the best recently, but nonetheless, he's better than Sanchez for me. So that's my keeper right there. Petrovic in goal. Right back, come on, man. Reece is injured, so there's only one answer. Malo Gusto. And considering the fact that he was rested in the last game against Everton, the last game against Sheffield United, he's definitely going to start and he's going to be performing the whole 90 minutes. I hope that he's just on his job like he has been for the majority of this season. Because for me, he's a top 3 right back in the Premier League this season. That's how good I believe that he has been. Malo Gusto, right back. Centre backs, because Axel Disasi is out, because Levi Cole is out, yeah, man, it's going to have to be for me, Thiago Silva and Trevor Chalobah. I'm going to play Chalobah over Badia Shaw. I'm not really trying to play Badia Shaw right now. I'll be honest, man. Hasn't been doing it for me the last couple of games ever since he's come back from injury. So I would rather trust Chalobah at this point. And he's been playing with Thiago Silva a longer sustained period of time. So he knows how to do his thing. So yeah, man. Thiago Silva, Trevor Chalobah, that's my centre backs. Left back has to be Mark Cucurella. Has to be the only fit left back that we have. So yeah, man. Left back Mark Cucurella. CDMs, no Enzo Fernandez. So it's going to have to be Conor Gallagher and Moises Caicedo. Then in the attacking roles, I'll be wrong, I'm going to have to play Mikhailo Mudryk on the left. On the right, I'm going to have to play Noni Madueke. In cam, I'm going to have to play Cole Palmer. And up top, play Nicholas Jackson. And personally speaking, if there was a thing where we had to do a thing where Khan Chukwuemeka comes in and Palmer goes to the right, I'm fine with that. But this is personally just my preferred XI and how I want these things to go, because I believe that with this team, we will definitely win the game. So please, hope to see majority of these players play, which I do expect, and hopefully we get the W, because that is my preferred XI, and I believe that if we played this 11, we would definitely win the match. But I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And now, I'm going to move on to man's score prediction for this game. And my score prediction for this match against Everton, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Chelsea win. I don't think it's going to be a mad, entertaining game. I do see Everton sitting back, not taking the game to us having the ball, trying to break them down. Eventually, we could eventually gift them an opportunity to get a goal, and we might get a penalty. Cole Palmer just might have a little bit of brilliance. Who knows? But these are the likely things I think that would happen. And I do think it will be 2-1. If it's not, hopefully we blitz Everton. And if they somehow beat us, then you know man's going to be on the review mad. So hopefully man's not mad. Hopefully we can start the week off right with a Chelsea W just before we get ready to play Man City in the FA Cup semi-final. So big game ahead tomorrow, especially in the race for European football. So hopefully we can get that. And on that note, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook for more Chelsea content. I'm CFC Realist Blue, and I'm out. Peace. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea.